Hi, this is Keith Shabbat, your friend in the mortgage business, and today we're discussing VA seller concessions. One of the more attractive features of the VA loan is the lack of limitations on seller-paid concessions. When negotiating the purchase of any home, one of the most effective tools to reducing the closing cost of the home loan is using the VA loan combined with seller concessions. The average home has a total cost anywhere from 3% to 5% in third-party closing costs. These costs are addressed in the closing cost video. By using HUD VA guidelines, the average borrower can save thousands of dollars in buyer-paid costs by having a seller pay these typical closing fees. Be sure when negotiating your purchase contract that you ask for the closing cost concessions. Most lenders, including VA HUD insured loans, will allow up to 4% in seller concessions. With conventional loans, lenders can place limits on home buyers' ability to ask for seller-paid closing costs. These limits can reduce to the amount of 3% or can even be completely strip your ability to even get seller concessions at all. If you don't have the funds to cover these costs, you'll most certainly want to have these fees paid for by the seller when possible. In a buyer's market, you always ask. The worst case scenario is your contract is turned down completely. However, in the typical real estate transaction, the seller will simply counter your offer with what they are agreeable to. Your real estate agent can help you with these types of negotiations. Seller-paid concessions can pay the actual costs to close on your home purchase up to the percentage agreed to. The third-party fees can cover your prepaid items, which include homeowners insurance, property taxes through the end of the tax year, along with title insurance fees and your lender fees. An example of seller concessions is below. For example, if you purchase a home for $100,000, your typical cost to close would break down similar to this below. First off, you don't have a down payment with a VA loan, so it's 100% down payment. But say your closing costs are 4% in closing costs, which equal $4,000. That means your total amount, if you get no seller concessions to the closing table, will be $4,000. But by negotiating your closing cost concessions into your contract, you can reduce the amount of funds you need to close to zero. This is Keith Shabbat, your friend in the mortgage business, and thanks again.